For loops can be used, for loops and calculations done within those loops can be used both on the website and emails here. And it's kind of taking it a step more advanced. The idea is that the way that the data is structured in your NationBuilder people database includes objects that might have arrays of other objects within them. So for example, you might have a person profile that has many different donations associated with that. And you can use Liquid to loop through or cycle through those objects and either print something out. So maybe you want to print out all of their donations in line by line, or you can even use calculations to add things up. So for a for loop, we can print out a recipient's donation history for all time. We can include if-then statements to scope it only to a specific year or a specific tracking code or tender type. And then in addition, we could run calculations. So for each iteration of the loop, maybe we're printing out the line that shows the amount and the date, but maybe we're also adding that total amount to a variable that we create that we could then print out at the end and say, okay, in this calendar year, this is how much you've donated, or this is the average amount because we know how many donations were included. We can do math in Liquid there. So calculations in Liquid operators give you the ability to customize the amount based on someone's giving history, because we can do those calculations and then use that variable to include in the spot that Dana had just alluded to in the suggested amount. So per the slides here, we don't have to run different filters and send out 5 different emails with different amounts in each one. And every person that opens the same email blast sees a different customized ask to them. And then the last bullet here, we've had a lot of customers that have found this really useful, and being able to send out an end of year kind of record of all of your donations for the whole year. Okay, so we can go on to the next one. So this is an example on the left here of an if-else statement and this might be a bit of what we've gone over before, but if a recipient is a donor, we place something in there. If they've never donated, that is going to return false. And so you can put in the else section whatever you might want to do, like it's time to give your first donation, or would you consider donating? On the right side, we're including now a for loop. And so again, we're cycling through, and we start the for loop with for and then whatever object name we want to use in, and then where the array of the objects is. So in this case, because it's in an email, it starts with recipient dot and then the more specific object, which is donations. So in this example, the donation after the word for could be any word, but we want to make sure that then the next line down starts with that word. And then, so we're saying for amount, and we're putting in there the object name and then the specific variable of that object. In this case, it's amount format, but we could also add another one in there that's amount succeeded at, which would print out the date of the transaction. And then we close it up with end for so that it keeps looping through that. And then at the bottom, you can see how that would show up if the person had 3 different donations.